Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to welcome you to episode 190 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. So I'm still really reeling in a good way from the events of the weekend past, with the Women's March and participating in that and, experiencing love and a sisterhood that's like indescribable to just the enormity of the event on the whole. And, just the numbers, not just those numbers, but also the inauguration numbers, which have kind of caused quite a bit of turmoil and distress for our current president and, led to a new term coined alternative facts, which completely cracked me up. Like, it's a lie. Alternative facts are lies. But I do like that, and I wish I had had that phrase back when I was growing up. I would have loved presenting that to my father, who's, biggest thing for him, the worst thing you can do is lie. And so that's why we never lied to my dad, because, love him so much and never wanted to disappoint him. So I wore my red for JJ hat to the march. I didn't have a pink pussycat hat. I couldn't find anyone that knits or crochets, and I certainly don't do that, even though it's on my list of things to do. My dog, a couple of Christmases ago, Franklin, got me a starter kit on how to knit, so I guess I better bust that out. But today's question is coming to us from, get this, Nigeria! And I get so flipping excited when I get questions from, all over the world. I think we got a question from Uganda not so long ago. Well, recently I've been loaded with questions from Nigeria. So thank you, Africa, for the love and the support. So let's jump right into the question. Hey, Dr. Angela. My name is, I'm not going to tell you her name for confidentiality reasons, but I'm from Nigeria. I'm married with 2 kids, both girls. This time around, we're hoping and praying to God for a baby boy. As an OBGYN, please, Ma, can you tell me when my husband and I should have sex to ensure that we have our baby girl? First of all, Nigeria, thank you so much for submitting your question. I got this question via a direct message on Facebook. But I got to tell you, your husband appears to be a girl maker. Men are the ones that determine the sex of the baby, and then they get all mad at women when you don't have that son that you were waiting for. You're the one shooting X's. I'm just playing, but actually I'm not. I wish there was some, technique or position or timing that I could suggest to you to ensure that you would have that baby boy that you all so desperately want. Unfortunately, the best that I can offer you is to send you to see a reproductive endocrinologist and infertility specialist, also known as REI, and they could certainly do sex determination and implant sperm that has a Y chromosome, but that ain't exactly cheap. So I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't dissuade you from trying. And who knows, the third time might be a charm. One of my really good friends' daughters, who have previously had 2 boys and they were dying for a girl, well, guess what? This time they had their girl. So it's kind of luck of the draw. And I wish you the best of luck. And again, thank you so much for reaching out. That was a great question. Of course, they're all fantastic questions. Thank you so much for submitting that question all the way from Nigeria. My mind is completely blown. If you have a question or topic that you want featured on the podcast, you know how to reach me. www.askdrangela.com. That's ASKDRANGELA.com. Once you get to the website, there are a number of ways that you can leave a message. You can directly email me. There's a button to click for that. Or you can connect via any of my social media venues. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can direct message me there. We're also now featuring our YouTube channel, which is fantastic. I'm doing short 1-minute clips on hot tips and topics that I think you all need and want to know about. Not only that, but they're funny as hell. And it gives you an opportunity to see me, the small, petite black woman behind the big, loud voice. Just a word to the wise. Remember, come February, you're going to need to resubscribe to the podcast. We're making some technical changes to the podcast, and we'll need for you to resubscribe come February. In closing, I'm going to leave you with this from Thomas Edison. Just because something doesn't do what you planned it to do, doesn't mean it's useless. Alternative uses. Just a little play on alternative facts, which again completely cracks me up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Can't wait to reconnect on episode 191 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.